The moment I lost control began on a rainy Thursday night in my junior year when I, Mia, a straight-A psychology major who had always prided herself on discipline and clear boundaries, agreed to join my best friend Lena at an off-campus house party filled with art students and free-flowing wine. Lena had been my closest confidant since freshman orientation, with her bold cropped hair, piercing green eyes, and unapologetic openness about her attraction to women, while I had only ever dated men in safe, predictable relationships that never quite set my soul on fire. The house pulsed with dim lights and sultry music, bodies moving closely on the makeshift dance floor, and after a few glasses of red wine, my usual inhibitions loosened. Lena pulled me into the crowd, her hands on my hips, guiding me to the rhythm, laughing as rain pattered against the windows. Our bodies pressed together in the heat of the moment, and when she spun me around, our faces ended up inches apart, her breath warm on my lips, the air charged with something electric and dangerous. Without thinking, I closed the gap, our mouths crashing together in a kiss that tasted of wine and urgency, far more intense than anything I had ever felt with a man. Her tongue teased mine with confident skill, sending sparks through every nerve ending, and I melted into her completely, forgetting the room full of people. We stumbled away from the crowd, finding a quiet hallway where she pinned me gently against the wall, her hands sliding under my shirt, tracing the curve of my waist, while I gasped into her mouth, unable to stop the flood of desire that overtook me. That night, we ended up back in her apartment, clothes discarded in a trail from the door to her bed, where she took her time exploring every inch of my body with lips and fingers that knew exactly how to unravel me. Waves of pleasure built higher than I thought possible until I shattered beneath her touch, crying out her name in surrender. The next morning, I woke tangled in her sheets, panic and exhilaration warring inside me as I realized I had crossed a line I never planned to approach, yet felt more alive than ever before. Our secret affair ignited from there, meeting in stolen moments between classes, her fingers brushing mine under lecture tables or pulling me into empty studios for heated makeout sessions that left us both breathless. I fought the feelings at first, telling myself it was just experimentation, just curiosity, but every touch, every lingering gaze chipped away at my denial. Lena was patient yet passionate, introducing me to pleasures I had only vaguely imagined, her mouth between my thighs bringing me to ecstasy again and again, while I learned to reciprocate, discovering the thrill of making her arch and moan under my inexperienced but eager attention. We spent nights talking until dawn about identity and desire, her stories of past lovers helping me unpack my own repressed longings. Campus became our playground, late-night drives to secluded spots where we would make love in the back seat, windows fogged from our heat, her whispers of how beautiful I was echoing in my ears. But guilt crept in when friends noticed my distraction or when I dodged questions about dating. The fear of judgment clashed with the undeniable pull toward her until one explosive argument, after I pulled away during a public moment, revealed how deeply I had fallen. Tears streamed down my face as I admitted I was terrified of losing control, yet couldn't imagine life without her. In that vulnerability, we found deeper connection, choosing to embrace the chaos of our love fully and without apology. Through it all, I transformed from the controlled girl who planned every step into a woman who understood that true passion sometimes means surrendering to the unknown, our bond growing stronger with every shared secret and intimate discovery that marked the beginning of my unbridled journey into love with a woman who changed everything. As the months blurred into a haze of passion and self-discovery, Mia and Lena navigated the complexities of their relationship with increasing intensity, no longer hiding in shadows, but claiming moments openly, though still guarding their full truth from most of the world. Spring brought warmer nights, perfect for rooftop escapes, where we lay naked under the stars, her head on my chest as I traced patterns on her skin, talking about futures that now inevitably included each other. Intimacy evolved into something sacred and wild, experimenting with toys and roles that pushed boundaries further, each encounter leaving us more entangled. One unforgettable weekend, we drove to a coastal cabin, rented under a fake name, spending days in bed, exploring every fantasy, her tying my wrists gently while teasing me to the edge of madness until I begged for release, the power exchange thrilling in its trust and surrender. Returning to campus, glowing with secret satisfaction, we faced new challenges when Lena's ex resurfaced, stirring jealousy that led to raw, honest fights, resolved always in passionate reconciliation, bodies colliding in forgiveness. I began attending queer events with her hand in mind, feeling the rush of belonging among others who understood the nuances of this love, my confidence blooming as I shed layers of old shame. Family visits became minefields of half-truths, my mother's probing questions forcing me to confront how much I was still hiding, yet the thought of losing Lena made any risk worthwhile. Summer arrived with an internship that separated us by cities, the distance agonizing, but bridged by late-night video calls that often turned heated, watching each other touch ourselves across the screen, voices husky with need, counting days until reunion. When we finally collided again at the train station, the embrace turned frantic, finding the nearest hotel to devour each other after weeks apart, rediscovering familiar curves with renewed hunger. Back on campus for senior year, we moved into an off-campus apartment together, domestic bliss intertwined with erotic adventures, cooking naked in the kitchen leading to countertop escapades, or slow mornings waking each other with tender oral attention that built into earth-shattering climaxes. Friends slowly learned the truth, some drifting away while others embraced us fully. The pain of loss outweighed the joy of authenticity. Graduation loomed, with plans to move to a bigger city where we could live openly, dreaming of pride parades and shared apartments without fear. But the pinnacle of losing control came during a stormy night when doubts about post-grad paths sparked our biggest fight yet, words cutting deep until exhaustion gave way to desperate makeup sex, tears mixing with sweat as we clung to each other, promising forever in breathless vows. Through every high and low, I realized that losing control wasn't weakness, but the gateway to the most authentic love I had ever known. Lena, not just my lover, but the catalyst for embracing my true self as a woman who loves women fiercely and without regret. Our story continuing far beyond university walls into a life built on passion, trust, and the beautiful chaos of a love that forever changed the course of my heart.